Hey guys, it's Jenny. Welcome back to my channel. For today's makeup tutorial, I'm going to do this super sexy grunge makeup look. If you want to learn how I did this, then please keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is taking a concealer, of course. I've already done my brows, but I always like to just carve out my brows just underneath to get a really sharp eyebrow. And then I'm just going to feather the concealer downwards before I apply a base to my eyes. And then the base that I like to apply is called Utterly Becoming. And it's just a really nudish color that it's really close to my skin tone. A little bit more pink, but it's nice and close. So I'm just going to apply that onto my lid. So I'm going to pick up my Tarte lip palette. This has become a staple in my life. I love this palette. I'm going to be taking the color Free Spirit, and as you can see, I'm just sort of dusting it onto my eye. I like to set my primer before I do any eyeshadow. It just helps all the colors sort of blend in, and if you don't do this, I've noticed that it could look a little blotchy sometimes. And next I'm going to be picking up this really nice warm sort of orangey type of undertone eyeshadow from Makeup Forever. I don't remember any of the names because Makeup Forever has the craziest names. So I'm just going to blend that into the crease, and as you can see, I like to pull my shadow upwards just to give me a little lift. Going back into my Tarte lip palette, I'm taking the color Multitasker, which is a really warm chocolate dark brown color, and I'm going to pick it up with a smaller brush, as you can see here. With this color, I'm working it into my crease directly. I'm not going to diffuse it as much as I did the first warm color because I want the darker color in the crease to look like it's just being blended out into really pretty warm orangey type of color. So you want to use something smaller, and you want to work layer by layer. You don't want to add as much dark as you can as possible in the beginning. You want to just add a very small amount, blend that out, and then if you need to, go back and just keep adding layers. So here I decided I wanted it to be a little more warm, so I'm taking a even warmer Makeup Forever color, and I'm just taking a very fluffy brush and just working this sort of in between the first two colors. That way they have a nice transition. And then I decided that I wanted a pretty dark look today, so I'm going in for a black. This is the color Fashionista from my Tarte lip palette. I'm going to use the same brush from before, but every time you go for a darker shade, always just keep in mind you want to go a little bit lower than the previous color so you get a nice gradual effect. Once your brush has no more color on it, now you can start bringing the color upwards. It's not going to be as heavy because there's not a lot of product on the brush, so it's going to give you a nice blended look. But if you still need a little more help, then just take a big fluffy blending brush and just blend the entire thing together. I'm just going back and forth, making sure everything is nice and blended and I get a pretty dark look. Sometimes when you go in to blend, you can remove a little bit of the depth, so you can always go back and reapply some. Okay, so I'm going to be picking up Mary Luminizer from La Balm. This is a face highlighter, but I love it so much for the eyes as well. So I'm going to apply some in the tear duct of my eye and also on my brow bone. I'm also applying the color Wet because it's going to amplify the color like 10 times brighter. Okay, so before I start working on my lower lash line, I like to conceal and get that out of the way. I'm going to take my concealer and with a beauty blender, I'm just going to buff that in. And then I'm going to quickly set it using some translucent powder. This is one from Laura Mercier. Even if you have your beauty blender, I like to just take something and press it into the skin. I'm going to now do a pretty thick wing. This is my Tartiest liner from Tarte, of course, one of my favorites. Okay, so I'm going to go back into Fashionista and I'm going to apply that on to my lower lashes. You want to tap that along the lash line so you don't get any fallout, because we've already applied concealer and we've already just finished our under eyes, so we don't want to get that dirty. So you just want to add some black, and then to blend that out, we're going to take multitasker and just buff that out. I'm also going to pick up a little bit of that warm shadow from Makeup Forever, just to add a little bit of warmness in the bottom to tie everything in together. Next, I'm taking a eyeliner. This is a really small black liner from Clinique. I love this because it's so tiny. And I'm going to apply that in my waterline and also tightline with it, because this is a pretty dark look. You don't want the inside of your eye to show, like that little skin, so make sure to cover it. And then apply a generous amount of mascara, and then you can apply your lashes. Okay, so moving on to the face, I'm going to take a Makeup Forever bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze up my face. This isn't a really dark bronzer or even just too much. It's actually a very subtle bronzer for my skin tone. So I'm not going to go too heavy with the face because the eyes are pretty dark as it is. So I don't want to go heavy with the face at all. So I'm just bronzing up my face normally, and of course I have to contour my nose because, I mean, come on, I don't go anywhere without my nose contour. Bring out the highlighter again. This is from Lip Balm, and you just want to really highlight the cheekbones. I actually went a little overboard, but it's okay. I love highlighter. For the lips, I'm going to take the color Strip Down. This is like one of my favorite nude lip combos. But I want to just make sure that my lips are nice and muted before I do anything. And just go in and fill in my lips. And to top it off, I'm going to take my favorite lip color. This is my favorite nude ever. This is from NYX, and it's in the color London. So this is the finished result. I hope that you guys liked it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. And I just want to thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, love you guys.